Okay, we need to do something about Terminator NJ today.
I know, I don't want to go through what we did yesterday. We need to find some way of reasoning with the guy.
But what could we do?
I don't know, I guess, do you want to just go in and wing it and see what we can do? Do you have some kind of plan?
We need something that's going to make him be satisfied with our actions towards him.
Exactly. So I've got an idea. Trust me on this one. Come on. Okay, Terminator NJ. After what happened yesterday, which we really don't want to go through again, could we please try and reach some kind of compromise with you? Maybe we could talk about your group, the Aces and Eights, in our topical video today in exchange for you not attacking us for maybe just the one video?
Because I don't really want to go through that again. So you mortals want to try and reason with me, do you? But all I can say is give it a go and see how it works out for you.
Welcome back, YouTubers, to another Wednesday topical video with us, the British Fist.
Good, G.
And Mr. Parkin. This guy sitting next to me is none other than NJ.
What's up?
Great introduction, NJ. Subscribe above, like this video, and comment your thoughts on this topical video down in the comment section below.
Make sure you contact us in the link in the description box below.
Indeed, I really do hope that us doing this means that we don't get attacked again, because I'm fed up of that now. It's getting a little bit for me.
I think that went pretty well.
Yeah, I think we managed to reason. I mean, you never know with Terminator NJ, but I hope we managed to reason with him. Let's just hope that us talking good about his boys really gets us in his good books, guys.
Keyword his.
Yes. Well, we'll talk about that later. But right now, we're going to be talking about the Aces and Eights storyline, more specifically, who we feel may the leader be. Now, I'd like for you to give us some of your thoughts on who you think the leader is and your thoughts on this storyline down in that comment section below. We really want to hear your thoughts on this one, guys.
Because so far, as we can all see, this has been the biggest angle in TNA right now as well as these other ones. But this one, every week, there's something involving them, and you can see that TNA are really working their ass on this.
Yeah, and the storyline right now is very captivating, isn't it? I think the great thing about this storyline is they can prolong it. They can prolong it for a long time because they don't have to do the reveal yet, because as long as they're not revealed, I'm still hooked, because that is the hook, isn't it? We don't know who they are, we don't know what their plan is, we don't know who their leader is, so they're leaving us a lot of questions, which is why this storyline could be very long term and why it's keeping us in, every show and, for a long time so far.
That's very true, Daniel.
Yeah.
No, that's correct.
Are you trying to sound like one of the Aces and Eights, NJ?
I am one of the Aces and Eights.
Well, you're not doing a very good job of it. You don't sound like a guy from the Aces and Eights. But anyway, this storyline is really good. We're really enjoying this storyline right now. You got the whole what are they in TNA for? Who is their leader? That's pretty much what we're going to talk about now. Any more sort of riding thoughts on the storyline? I just think really, really good so far.
Well, week after week, it's better and better and better. And they've added in the Sting, they've added Hogan. They're really trying to make it look like it's TNA versus Ace and Eight. It's really building up. I think it's going really well, and I can't see much fault in this, but there we go.
And lately, they've managed to make Austin Aries a focal point, which has been another plus point for me, especially after the Aces and Eights kind of maybe overbeared Austin Aries' title run a little bit. But anyway, the main topic around this video, you can post your thoughts, like I said, on the storyline down below. But the main thing we're going to be talking about in this video is who is the leader of the Aces and Eights. We've got a couple of candidates here. We'll start off with Bully Ray, a very big heel in TNA. You'd think him being the leader of a big faction could be possible. And, let's face it, whenever he's run out to the ring, the Aces and Eights have cleared off. Plus, he's been trying to get all the blame on someone else in James Storm. So, there are signs that it could possibly be Bully Ray.
Well, with Bully Ray, then obviously his whole contract thing, and him probably wanting something that's going to sell him to keep him on. Him being the leader of Ace and Eight, probably going towards the world title. It's definitely big things for his career, his hold on, his reason to stay. And if he is the leader, I'll be all for it. Because Top Heel being with a big faction like this, all about money. It
really is, and to be honest with you, it's all about his contract. How is he going to re-sign? I think what this may be something TNA does. Maybe they will make him a focal point of this storyline to make him stay on and sign. Maybe they will make him the leader and say, we really want you to stay. We really want you to be a big part of this storyline. If you sign, we'll make sure you're the big part of the storyline. Maybe even the leader. But I mean, Bully Ray being a leader. I mean, there have been teasers that Bully Ray could be the leader in the sense that he's put blame on other people. They've fled the ring whenever he's come into the ring, even though he's part of the TNA front line. Could still have something to do with his faction. I really, I think he is a possible candidate.
Because the way I'm looking forward to this, if it is Bully Ray, there's going to be a time when he's going to turn on TNA, and when that moment comes, maybe it's be a big tag team match, and he does it. It's going to be really exciting if it's going to be him and how he turns his back on TNA. I think it's going to be really good. So
the potential of Bully Ray being the leader is a possible one. Give us your thoughts in the comment section below. Another possible leader, in my opinion, is Bobby Roode.
That's...
Oh.
Damn it!
Oh, no. Don't get too angry, NJ. Don't get too angry. I mean, let's face it. Bobby Roode was the first one to put the blame on James Storm, wasn't he? He was the first one to pass the blame on James Storm. So that would be an indication to me that he's trying to get all the spotlight off himself. Plus, he has just gone out of TNA for a little while, so maybe he could be behind it. I mean, there are, again, teases that he may be the leader, possibly.
The biggest tease for me right now is the fact that he cannot face Austin Aries for the title. So instead of thinking, I accept that, I lost the match, I'm going to target him, I'm going to beat him up for what he's done to me, I'm going to attack him, and always I'm going to get my boys to attack him. So that gives a hint it could be him to get his payback on Austin Aries. And him as a leader, well, he is like a really big guy you could see possibly doing something along these lines, so it could be Bobby Roode. Yeah,
I mean, it is a very high possibility. I think the only thing for me that stops me from thinking that he might be the leader of the Aces and Eights is the fact that they put him against Austin Aries twice, and he lost twice. Now, if he was the leader of the Aces and Eights, would he not have done something to try and make sure that he would have won the title or something? That's the only thing that's keeping me from it, but he put all the blame on James Storm. He was the first one to do that before Bully Ray. He's out of TNA now, wondering what the hell he's going to do. So there are plenty of teasers there that it could indeed be the former longest reigning worldwide champion, Bobby Roode.
And if we do get to the match where it's Austin Aries versus James Storm, it could make it a whole lot more interesting, because obviously they're still thinking Roode and Storm. But before we get to the next guest quickly, there's just one other person I want to drop in quick that's not on our list, and that is none other than Samoa Joe. The only reason I'm saying him quickly, maybe not the lead, but a big part of this, is because the guy who speaks, he is a big guy, and Samoa Joe's not really getting too involved, and he's at the top of the leaderboard, so maybe he wants to secure his place by being a part of the AcesAnd8's.
Well, let me come back at you with another name, NJ. One of the names that has been floating around for this possible leadership of the AcesAnd8's is Abyss. Abyss has been off TV now for a while. I mean, they haven't involved him with Bully Ray and this whole Joseph Park storyline for a long time. Abyss is one of those guys who you could see being in one of those factions. So you say Samoa Joe, I say Abyss. I think Abyss could be a very likely candidate to be the leader of the AcesAnd8's, possibly if they want to go down that route and make him more relevant again, which, let's face it, TNA have done a good job in doing, especially with the Joseph Park character.
And that's what they choose. Either way, there's a big guy part of this faction that could be absolutely any of these two just named, or if someone new. So I'm really interested to find out who that is, and if that person's the leader or the next person.
I think what will separate the Bobby Roode rumours, if he goes against James Storm at Bound for Glory in some kind of way, if he does go against James Storm, he's not going to have anything to do with the AcesAnd8's, possibly. Maybe he will, we don't know. But if he doesn't feud with James Storm going into Bound for Glory like we feel he may or may not do, then he might have something to do with it. But like I said, Bully Ray, possible. Bobby Roode, put your thoughts in the comment section below. Like you said Samoa Joe, possibly. I said Abyss. You give your thoughts in the comment section below. But now we're going to get to the guy who we definitely do feel is the leader. I think this is the most likely candidate, would you not say?
By far.
Yes, and that is none other than, I think you guys know who we're talking about. Jeff Jarrett. I think a lot of people out there have been saying Jeff Jarrett is going to be the leader, and I think he's been off TNA for a while now. They're probably going to want to bring him back and return him at some point. And Jeff Jarrett does seem like the kind of guy that TNA would want to book in the leader of this massive storyline for TNA. Don't you think so?
Well, the first thing that screams out to me is, number one, he did not get fired. It was his wife, or his, whatever that woman was to him.
Karen Jarrett,
yeah, but the thing we go into this is that it's all about really Sting and Hogan wanting to defend their show, and Jeff Jarrett wanting to probably come back and power struggle, power to the top, make TNA his again.
I think, to be honest with you, the whole clue for me started with Sting's Bound for Glory, Sting's Slammiversary induction when he's going to get put in the Hall of Fame at Bound for Glory. As soon as that attack happened, I thought to myself, you know what, who's the one guy that's going to not like the fact that Sting has been put in the Hall of Fame and not him? Jeff Jarrett. And I think there's been a lot of hints, like he's been out of TNA for a long time. You know TNA are going to return him at some point. I just feel Jeff Jarrett is the kind of guy that TNA would just really want to put as the leader. And let's face it, he is part of the AAA promotion in Mexico. And if some of these guys are part of the AAA faction, which we don't know yet because he's not revealed, I still kind of would think that Jeff Jarrett, because I kind of think that it might just be someone who's not on the roster that's the leader. And if they're going to go down that route, then I feel that it's most likely going to be Jeff Jarrett. Out of all those guys we've mentioned, I think it's most likely to be Jeff freaking Jarrett.
And there's so many people in the YWC and everywhere else who's obviously not trying to think of Jarrett, trying to think they're not going to go down that route. They're going to think it's someone within the company because they're all doing hints, they're doing this, they're doing that. But they're really trying to drag your mind further and further away from Jarrett, make you forget about him, and all of a sudden, bam, he's back.
To be honest with you, if Jeff Jarrett was the leader, and I know we kind of discussed this before we made the video, what would be your initial thoughts if Jeff Jarrett was the leader? Because we think that he's definitely going to be the leader, so we might as well just give our quick thoughts here. If he is the leader, what would your general reaction be?
Well, he's definitely not by many people, but the way I see it is that this is going to create a real big storyline. It's going to be, yes, it's going to involve Jarrett and Hogan or Sting, but it's going to be a big power struggle to the top of TNA. And this is a good way of doing it because the AcesAnd8's may slowly fail or go downhill if it's one of these ones we've already named, because they'll probably want to stick to wrestling instead of sticking to running the AcesAnd8's. So the power struggle, the power fight, you may not like Jarrett, but it's a really strong storyline for the future.
I think the thing for me really here is they've built this storyline over a long time now. They need the payoff to be very good and very profitable for the company. Now, do I feel Jeff Jarrett as the leader would be a really good payoff, a really satisfying payoff, not just for us, the smart marks, but also the casual fans? Do I feel him being revealed as the leader would be a good way to go in terms of this big storyline that they built up for so long and put so much effort behind and really put a lot of focus on? Do I feel it will be a good, satisfying moment when he is revealed as the leader, maybe a Bound for Glory? No, I really don't.
Well, after we've done all these attacks and built up to, like, say, Bound for Glory, if it is Jarrett, we have a new storyline created from it, which is the fight, struggle for the power. So there'll be two storylines created from this, which I thought would, because either way they got that way, fight for power, or let's say Bobby Roode, Buddy Ray, Joe, or Abyss is the runner. When it comes to Bound for Glory, they're probably doing it to win the Bound for Glory series, or just doing it to capture the title. When they've got the title, the AcesAnd8's job's pretty much done. So I think if they did it fight for power, the AcesAnd8's could continue getting used longer term.
I think the power would be above the belt, which is essentially what they'd be going for if they did. But we don't know their motive yet. We don't really know too much about it. Are there any other people you feel it could be, other than the people that the 5 people we have mentioned so far?
These are the ones that stand out. The other 2 that I've been reading through our comments is either Hogan or Sting.
Possibly. Also, what about Full Killer? Fourth Dimension Full Killer kind of pointed him out a little bit, and it seems like he knows something about it. I don't know. It's just,
yeah, his evil guy that works alongside him is definitely thinking he cannot hold the secret anymore and put it all onto his mentor, Full Killer, and it definitely could be.
Full Killer does seem like the kind of guy that would definitely be a leader of a big faction.
He acts like a nice guy, knowing all this knowledge up TNA, but he's probably trying to convince your mind elsewhere as he's trying to take over the company.
I tell you what, I've got another name who I think could be the leader of the AcesAnd8's, and you know he's made it very apparent in our videos. It could be none other than Terminator MJ.
Remember your worthless compromise, British Fist.
I mean, he is a great leader. I mean, he looks like a leader. He dresses like a leader. He speaks like a leader. He could definitely be the leader of the AcesAnd8's. Isn't that right, MJ?
That's the thing with Terminator MJ. He's the one who first, as soon as the AcesAnd8's got involved, he crowned his name out as being the lead. He let people know it. He did all these tweets. He then grew through this. So, to be honest, the fact that he's really going with this, it really makes me believe that he is. And I don't know.
Definitely the leader of the AcesAnd8's. Yeah. Anyway, if you have any thoughts on this AcesAnd8 storyline and who you think the leader is, put your thoughts, like we said, in the comment section where we feel it is a very interesting topic that should be discussed in the YWC.
And now, people, all I can say is that this is a real big thing for TNA, the thing that's keeping us watching every week, wanting to know more, wanting to see the big payoff. Hopefully it's making you feel the same. Please share your thoughts in the comments below. And from Mr. Parkin, me, NJ, and of course Terminator NJ. And until next time, YouTubers, goodbye. See you on the Go Home Show, worthless mortals.